What's up, everybody? This is the Mac Attack, Jeff McMahon, and this is Behind the Curtain. There's a few news stories of the week. We're going to start it right off. X-Pac got arrested. X-Pac got X-Popped for meth and marijuana at the airport. Now, my first take was he's following his buddy Scott Hall in this path, and that's not a good path to be on. It's, in real talk, a scary situation, and hopefully he claims that it really wasn't as bad as it made it out to be in the news earlier this week, but hopefully he's right and there isn't too much to it, but it's definitely a story that we have to keep an eye on, but that is one of the big stories early this week, and that's a little worrisome because we know how Scott Hall ended up, and it wasn't very good until just recently, and then actually I think he fell off afterward. So if anyone knows anybody who has an issue with this crap, you know it's a slippery slope. So hopefully all is well in this situation, but that was a big story, and we'll see how it goes from here. One thing I really wanted to talk about this week were these pictures from Rome. The WWE went on their European tour, and as most people do when they travel abroad, they want to take pictures, they want to enjoy the experience, and that's all well and good. Problem is, the WWE is front and center with everyone worldwide. That includes ages 4 to ages 80. Like, everyone knows the WWE, they know the storylines. That's where I have the issue. So, there are pictures if you haven't seen it. There's Matt Hardy, Curtis Axel, and then most notably Braun Strowman on the left and Roman Reigns about 3 feet away from him. Now, if you're living under a rock and you don't know, haven't been watching Raw, this has been one of the most physical feuds and most hated feuds in a while. And Braun Strowman clearly doesn't like Roman Reigns, and vice versa. Storyline. Now, there's another picture with Roman Reigns taking a picture with Braun Strowman literally directly behind him. Now, hopefully, I want to imagine that he's sitting behind him going, "I'm not through with you yet, Roman." That would be funny, and they can make that into a storyline where he attacks him while Roman's sightseeing Europe. But all joking aside, it's not good for their image. They have to be careful of kayfabe. I mean, we're in an era where it's basically dead anyway. Everyone knows that they're friends outside of the ring. Everyone knows that there's no real hatred, and if there is, it usually comes out, so we'll know about that as well. For most people, they understand, but when you look at the children and all that, who don't understand that part of it yet, you still have to kind of maintain that image. So, hopefully it is something that they're looking into kind of controlling. Be careful what you put on the internet, and that leads into my next one. It just came out today that there was a Charlotte Flair nude leaks coming out. Now, I said this with Paige. I said it with Alexa Bliss when they came out, even though I'm not sure if those were necessarily real. And I'll say it again. If no one should have these put out on the internet without their consent. Flat out. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, if you know that they're not wanting them on the internet, and you're just doing it for basically just to be a douchebag. Now, it's something that really needs to kind of quit. But at the same time, if you're a public figure, like Charlotte, like Paige, maybe you shouldn't have these videos just kind of accessible. Because clearly, someone was able to get them. And knowing that you're a public figure, and knowing the age we're in, maybe you shouldn't be making videos. At least Charlotte didn't have the women's belt this time, that cum-filled belt that Paige had. No Brad Maddox to foil it. Basically, my take is nobody should be putting this shit on the internet. The divas and superstars should probably be more weary and more kind of hesitant to make these kind of things, but ultimately, they can do whatever they want. It's their life. Nobody should be putting this shit on the internet. That's my take. I know a lot of people don't really care, but I'm going to say it right there. It came out today, so I wanted to give my 2 cents there. Then we had the rumored card for Extreme Rules. Now I'm just going to quickly go through it. It's pretty self-explanatory, and honestly, if you've been watching Raw, a lot of these are pretty much expected. So, just running through, you have Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Now, they're both announced as injured. Obviously, they're going to have a match, and probably an ambulance match or a stretcher match, which I predicted in the Lost Payback review. Roman Reigns will get over in this match because they're going to build him up. Actually, I don't know about that. Having second thoughts, because they might have Braun Strowman versus Lesnar and make Braun Strowman really strong. So actually change that. Braun Strowman wins that match, in my opinion. Then you have Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, as saw on Raw. I think this one will be a Finn Balor win because he hasn't had a major victory on a pay-per-view since he hurt his shoulder. So that, and some great promos should be happening there. The Demon versus Bray Wyatt. Then you have Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins. I think Samoa Joe should win this one. That's basically a continuation of the feud. You have the Tag Team Turmoil coming up next week, so definitely watch Raw to see who faces the Hardys. I kind of expect Sheamus and Cesaro because they're kind of getting that heel push, but we'll see. Then we have Alexa Bliss versus Bayley, which is a little surprising. I don't know how they're going to make Bayley the championship contender again. Even though she's been pinned twice, I guess you can go with the rematch clause, but I think it should have been Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks or something like that. But I guess that's for the future. Alexa Bliss should retain there. Then you have Neville versus Austin Aries and for the Cruiserweight Championship. Austin Aries definitely should win this match. Like, this is getting to the point where it's too many matches in a row. Eventually, the challenger has to win one of these, and we're getting to the point where I don't really care about the match. So this is definitely the time to pull the trigger because any future matches, I don't give a shit. So, let's be honest. Nobody cares about this match if it keeps going. So, they've been putting on good matches. I expect another good one, and I think Austin Aries gets the win there. And that's pretty much what they have for Extreme Rules right now. I expect a few other matches. Oh, sorry. The Miz and Dean Ambrose. The Miz should get that Intercontinental Championship back. For one reason, Dean Ambrose isn't that entertaining of an IC championship or IC champion. He hasn't defended since Mania, so the Miz does more, and he's the best heel in the company in my opinion. So definitely he should get the belt again and run with it. That is the Extreme Rules card. And before we go, I missed last week. First off, I want to apologize to everyone. I said it in the Payback review, but it obviously didn't go up. I've been busy moving, as you might see in the back. A lot of stuff has kind of gone off the shelves, but I'm moving this weekend, so there's a lot of painting the apartment and getting all my shit together, basically. So I wasn't able to make a news video last week. So I do apologize there. I'm trying to get these videos out as much as I can while doing this move. Hopefully it gets a little smoother as we go on, and I do appreciate the support and whoever watches my videos when I put out, and anyone who watches Patrick's videos and supports our channel, because we are definitely putting in the work when we can, and we definitely appreciate that. So I wanted to apologize for not getting the video out last week, and hopefully we'll get smooth sailing from here. So, but last week, I missed one story that I really wanted to touch on, and it kind of bugged me. WWE Great Balls of Fire. This has to be the dumbest pay-per-view name I've ever seen in my life. There's been some bad ones, but this is a song. It's not even a good song. It's Great Balls of Fire. I hope that's what people say consistently, and they say it with that tone, because it's just, God, it's so bad. I'm glad Austin Aries is getting his chance at Extreme Rules, because if he were to win his Cruiserweight Championship at Great Balls of Fire, it's just embarrassing to tell that story. That's how bad this stupid pay-per-view is. I'm embarrassed for the WWE. I don't know who came up with that. But they should be dragged in the street and just stoned to death like it was the 1800s. It's freaking terrible. Or just put them in front of a firing squad with muskets. I don't really care. Do something. They don't deserve to be in the marketing room or even employed by the WWE, let alone they should be employed by like Costco or something. They fucking suck. Great Balls of Fire. Why don't you just name it Welcome to the Jungle? Like, that's fucking terrible. Anyway, I really wanted to touch on that, and I know I've seen many jokes about that stupid pay-per-view, and I know a lot of people really hate it. But hell, let's have some good laughs with it, right? Like, you're gonna name it stupid? Let's have some laughs with it. I feel bad for the people in Dallas. They had bad blood coming back to them July 9th, and now it gets replaced with Great Balls of Fire. Like, shit, that's fucking brutal. That's like getting a steak dinner and then the waiter comes over and be like, oh, wrong table, and he takes it and gives you fucking like lettuce. It's fucking terrible. Alright, I'm done with talking about Great Balls of Fire for now. I'm sure I'll just vent about it for the next 2 months because it's not till July 9th. Those really are the news stories of the week and the rumors of the week. Stay tuned. I know Patrick's working on doing something for weekend content. I don't really have any details on that. You might have to comment or tweet at him at pfaded88. Tweet at me at j_McMahon. Subscribe, like the video, comment on what you think of the news stories. Comment on any of our other videos. Talk to us. We definitely appreciate the feedback, and we want to communicate with you guys. So definitely subscribe, comment, and help us out. And until next time, see ya.